around, or did they just stop by?
No, they left again. They seemed rather busy.
I will like whisper to Boris. Spiders? What?
I don't know about them either, honestly.
Alright.
I'm gonna look at Rathar and be like, that's a story for another time. Maybe in the morning.
Myself. Yes, good. Yes.
Yeah, the spiders brought a very little package that has a piece of paper and an amulet inside. An amulet you guys actually remember seeing. It is the amulet of health that Fisherman Sam had. And the letter just said, sorry, I'll be a bit busy, hope this helps. Sam.
I'll grab the amulet. Keep collecting them.
Well, hang on a minute. That was meant to be my amulet originally.
It's already in my hands. I'm putting it on.
You can take this one. I give you Procon's amulet.
Oh my god, I'm gonna start burning people, I swear to god.
I just sort of like gently step away, hand on sword. Just like, I'm worried.
I'm not involved.
All three of us
Got
are
my
like
magic sword, I'm
clawing at this
okay.
amulet. You know what, just take the bloody
You
thing.
can't use the sword.
Yes.
Alright. Amulet of health, in case you don't know. Your
It's
constitution
probably
score
best
is
for barbarian.
19 while you wear this amulet. It has no effect on you if your constitution score is already 19 or higher.
Oh my god.
13.
Also, remember that if your con increases, you instantly get that many more HP for each level. So if
Oh.
your con increased by 2 and you have 4 levels, you get plus 8 HP. Keep that in mind as soon as you put it on. And do remember how much con you had beforehand in case you have to take it off.
I'm just gonna make a note.
Alright,
Wait, so who actually ended up taking it in the end?
Me?
Boris.
I don't mind sharing, just saying. I just like
Both gonna wear
amulets, I
amulets.
just collect them.
Look, sharing is caring, guys.
The queen sort of very friendly and gently, but also firmly, shoves you guys out of her study because she actually has stuff to do.
Somebody's
And
gonna
she
do a
leaves
job.
you. She leaves you to arguing in front of her door,
This is science.
Just before we go, Queen, what's the plan
Yes.
from here? Right? I mean, I understand you have some interrogating to do and asking a lot of
Yes.
questions and things of that nature, but
Yes.
is there anything you need of us in the next few days?
Possibly. For now, please just rest, and tomorrow we'll reconvene and have a proper chat about what we found out and what we're gonna do.
Okay. All I can say is a little bit of salt and pepper and some lemon, and you'll be fine. Good night.
She laughs, and Janice, you get very angry, like a very angry feeling from the lobster, who, for the first time since you told him that you don't want him in your head, actually, sends you telepathic images, and he is not amused.
I'm gonna look at Louis and just give him a wink.
He is
Or
very
shutting the
not
door.
Well,
Poor
I guess
Louis.
as we're sort of heading back to bedrooms and stuff, I'll just pull Janice aside, just sort of quietly. It's like, you saved my life back there. Thank you.
Where?
I was unconscious on the floor and you jammed a healing potion in my mouth.
Oh, right. I'm sorry, I've been intoxicated this whole time.
Well, as long as you save my
How
life
is
while
he-
drunk, you can be as drunk as you want.
How is he this good at shooting? Is it like a surgeon who has to drink a beer before a surgery, so his hands are like...
Scarab, we play Final Fantasy raids of Serenity. We already know the answer to this.
That is fair. Rangers in bars are better when they're drunk. Yep, you know what?
I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder and just be like, well, whatever happened, no worries. You can shout me a beer later.
Sounds good.
Shall we go to bed?
I like this plan. I am exhausted.
Glorious.
I'm already gone.
Alright, it
Tommy's in
is early. It is early evening.
Nami's in chat.
Yeah, she said, I have never heard truer words. Sorry, continue.
Bloody Final Fantasy players.
Where's the
It is
WoW
early
players?
evening. If you...
That makes you twice as bad.
Yeah, I know.
If you still want to do something before bed, now's the time. Otherwise, feel free to take a long rest. I am gonna say though, even though your little friend Elmo was still alive when you brought him here, he is very much in his current condition, not gonna live through the night. If you want to do anything before then, deal with it now.
Yeah, in that
Otherwise,
case.
he's dead when you wake up.
Yeah. Did the Queen give us permission? She gave us permission to potentially make use of the High Priest, didn't she?
Yes.
Yep,
She's like, at this point, she trusts you guys completely,
Yep,
and she's
okay.
like, you can come and go to the prisoners, like, you can do with them whatever the fuck you want, basically.
Yep.
It's,
And is
do what
the High Shaman around?
yeah. Actually, he's basically just, walking by you as you go to the infirmary or wherever. He very much is
Excuse me.
around. Yes?
Did you, by any chance, had the opportunity to inspect the prisoner that we recovered? The one who's on death's door?
The dead one, yeah. Well, almost dead one. Yeah, why?
Is there anything that you might be able to do to help him?
Nah. That guy, I don't know why you bothered bringing him back. I mean, you should have just chucked him in the ocean.
Is beyond your abilities to heal them?
Yes. Very much so.
Fair enough.
He
Thank you
is
anyway.
Far gone.
Fair enough.
He looks a bit surprised when you say thank you, and he just gives you a nod and just keeps walking.
I am going to go to the High Priestess,
Right?
who I presume is suitably gagged and
She
very
is
low
very
hit
much,
points if necessary.
very much chained up in the the water cells.
Yep.
Because, you know, she needs water to live.
Yep.
And for now, no one has started interrogating her yet. She is conscious.
Yep.
But looks like a person that just recovered 1 HP after getting beaten to a pulp.
Yep.
Jesus.
1 HP too many.
Exactly.
I will come into the room. Is she like bound and gagged or blindfolded or anything, or?
If all the things, like,
Okay.
she's chained to the wall. She basically has a blindfold. She's gagged, and they did actually basically wrap her hands up specifically to make sure she can't move her fingers. Like, they are very, very wary about her. It's
Every finger is trained.
yeah.
All the whistles and lights.
Okay. Actually, whom would I need to talk to about knowing what concessions I could make?
Yourself at this point.
Oh, okay.
Like, as long as you don't think about setting her free
Yep.
or killing her, the queen or no one here really cares.
Yep, okay. Alright. Are you conscious?
She nods.
I require you to heal someone. Someone that is near death. Is this something you are capable of doing?
She nods again.
Inside.
How do you insight check a nod?
Like the awkward pose.
Press X to dash.
That awkward pose wasn't that awkward pose wasn't from her. That was me thinking.
What would you desire in exchange? And before we jump ahead of ourselves, freedom is not mine to give and is not available as an option, but I am certain other concessions may be possible.
She nods again.
I'm going, do you speak common?
You have been
chance?
talking to her in common,
course,
and she has been answering.
Yeah. Sorry, brain fart
All
there.
good. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Rathar, maybe...
Wait, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay, I thought I went by myself.
I've been just like, kind of drunkenly
Skulking
like
about.
walking behind you.
Pokes his head in.
It's just like, ah.
Maybe
Sort of gets out, it's just like drunk Janice are following. Wait, what? Yes, Janice?
she's got like a cup of ale in my hand. I mean, I don't mean to interrupt, but maybe, you know, I know, you know, keeping her wounded's a good idea, but maybe healing her up a bit might make her talk a little bit more.
I've at the limits, unfortunately.
I'm gonna like start looking into my
I would
backpack.
whisper that so that the priestess.
I was about to say, keep in mind anything you
Yeah.
say around her. She, you know, she very much understands common.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna chuck you a potion of healing.
Yeah. I'm going to ungag you so we can talk properly. But might I recommend against any casting of spells at this stage? Do you understand?
She nods again.
I'm going to sort of insight check just to gauge a sense of body language and such.
Okay.
As to if... Does it look like she is gonna, like, pull a stunt or something, or...
Yeah. Alright. I mean, it is pretty difficult because she isn't even capable of much body language, but she doesn't seem like she's about to do anything wild. Like,
Cool. And I very much have, like, one of my hands is still, like, gauntleted.
yeah.
And ready to knock her out again if necessary. I
Give her
haven't
the
been hit by a
backhands.
gauntlet, but I'm fairly certain it wouldn't be a pleasant experience.
I know what happens if you get punched full force in the face by a plate gauntlet, and I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah,
Big
fair
one.
enough.
I love that story.
One day you'll have to tell this story.
I will! It's a good story.
Cool, alright, I will ungag her.
Alright. She basically just gasps for air, doesn't really say much.
In exchange for this service of healing, what would you desire? That is within reason.
She smiles and she says, for you to stab yourself in the throat.
I could do that, but then you would need to perform 2 acts of healing. We might need to find someone else to stab themselves in the throat to pay for that service. How about we find another form of currency?
She just laughs and she says, "There is nothing that you could do to make me heal any of you worthless creatures."
Ow, now I just threw him a
Short
potion of
from-
healing.
Short from killing the so-called queen and yourself.
Oh, I already wanted it. Just only said a sentence.
Your terms are not exactly the most acceptable. You have bargained in the past, haven't you?
She just hisses at you.
From what I can see, all we're haggling over now is price. Now, we know freedom isn't an option, and I'm not on board with more killing for the sake of obtaining a healing. It seems counterproductive and would just require more healing, so... what would be another suitable payment?
Get these spines off me. Get these spines off me, and I will heal him.
I don't like that, Rathal.
Not a fan of that either. See, the problem with taking those binds off you is, well, more killing can occur, which just means all that's happening is I'm indirectly paying the first price that you offered, and that's not on the table.
She sort of hisses again at you, and it definitely sounds like a chuckle. And she says, "It seems you're not willing to really negotiate here."
I am, but
Well,
you
then
need...
what do you propose? What is me healing someone worth to you? Right now, all that awaits me is torture and death anyway. Why should I help you?
I have the ear of the Queen. And I can see to it that torture is not among the things that occur.
As he said that, can I click my fingers and give Rathar enhanced ability charisma? So he could be a little bit more persuasive?
Sure. But Brathar just saying, the Queen wants certain answers, and she will do anything to get those. So there is a good chance that she's gonna get tortured.
Yeah.
So it will be not a persuasion, but a deception check.
Oh,
just
okay.
saying.
Well, in that case, I misunderstood my
No,
situation.
you get to do with her what you want, but
Oh, okay, sorry, I
the Queen
misunderstood
needs
that.
answers. She can't
Yeah.
put that one person's life
Yeah.
above certain,
Yep.
things.
Okay, yeah, in that case, I wouldn't have put that on the table. I misunderstood.
Yeah, sorry.
Um,
I mean, if you can persuade her to heal him and give certain answers, then not torturing her definitely is on the table. Like, the Queen doesn't enjoy torturing. She's just gonna do it because she's desperate and running out of time.
well, torture is something that can be avoided, provided you cooperate. Healing this individual would be quite the indication that you are prepared to cooperate, and in doing so, further torture would be avoided, provided you are also able to give the answers that the Queen desires.
She is quiet for a bit, and you can tell that she's thinking it over. And eventually she says, "To heal whoever you want me to heal, you will have to set me free. You realize that. You have to untie me.
I am aware
I
of
need
that.
to be able to see, and I need to be able to use my hands.
Yes.
Nice. Inside
So
check
you
that.
might as well just do it now." Yes, you can insight check that if you want.
Actually, yeah, I will also inside check.
Alright, you have enhanced abilities.
Oh, I do,
whichever
so I
that
should've
does.
done that
I
way.
don't
I'll just
remember
roll
what
it.
that does.
It gives me
let me-
advantage on charisma. Oh, no, it gives me advantage on charisma checks, not wisdom.
Well, we didn't place it earlier, so we can just change it to
Oh, fair
wisdom.
enough.
Because you didn't actually end up using it as yeah, advantage on charisma checks.
Okay, so I have it on.
Just
I have
roll
advantage
your
on the
insight with advantage.
insight? Okay.
Or
I'll
yeah.
just roll it again. Yep, cool.
There we go. I mean, yeah, you both have watched clerics, and you know, you yourself are a paladin. You're pretty sure she's speaking. I mean, she's speaking the truth. She needs to be able to see, she needs to be able to speak, and she needs her hands free. Her fingers, specifically.
Yeah.
So, she's not wrong in that.
Yeah.
You will have to untie her. Most certainly.
To perform the act of healing, I will unbind you, but once the healing is done, you will be bound again.
She sort of awkwardly shrugs, and she says, "All right,
We'll
I'll heal him
inside-
first."
Sorry,
Alright.
yep. Sorry. Yep, what were you saying?
Yeah, she says, "Then I'll heal him tomorrow."
Tonight.
There's a pause, and she just shakes her head.
Why not tonight?
Well, I've been fighting you, and I, well, expended quite an amount of resources doing so. Unless a
Inside.
simple cure spell is enough.
Ah,
Right, insight.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
got a
do it as
clue.
well. I'm gonna help him. Also, you still have advantage as well, Bethar.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. Roll me again.
Oh, that's much better.
Alright, both of you look at her, and you get the feeling she's actually telling the truth. Like, she seems pretty exhausted, and you do sort of remember her throwing out some pretty big spells. And you don't know what she has been using before you came across her, but you don't get the feeling that she's necessarily lying. You more get the feeling that she doesn't really want to admit it, that she's out of big healing spells.
I'm afraid that tomorrow is not an option. It would need to be tonight.
She just shakes her head and she says, "I need to rest up."
Would there be any method that would enable you to recover some fraction of your power to perform the healing this evening?
She laughs. And she says, "Yes." Okay, let me read something real quick.
Yep.
Okay, cool. She says, "Yes, but it would involve me calling on my goddess, and I highly doubt that she's willing to lend me her power just to heal one of you landwalkers."
Is there another alternative?
She just shrugs. "Get one of your own priests."
Pocket cleric.
I mean, I hate to say it, Brithar, but I think this might be a dead end.
I think so, unfortunately. For what it is worth, I will inform the Queen that you were willing, even if you were not presently able. And if you are as forthright with her as you have been with me, then I imagine a more painful process will be averted for you. Regardless, I will say such to her.
She just laughs and she says, I highly doubt the Queen is gonna listen to anything you have to say. She hates us and we hate her. And I don't think there's anything I have to say to the Queen.
The choice is yours. But if you're willing to speak to her, then pain can be avoided.
She just sort of, tries to spit in your direction. In the direction that she hears your voice coming from. Like, she doesn't hit you or anything.
I will gag her and walk away.
Alright. As you walk away, you actually notice in one of the other cells, the servant just sort of cowering in a water puddle. Looking pretty terrified.
Yeah.
But she's not, like, that girl isn't chained up or anything, like, they just chucked her in there and we're like, that's good enough.
Yeah.
Did you use the potion already, Brithar?
No.
No.
Does the servant girl look like worse for wear or anything?
She did get knocked out by a giant barbarian. Yeah, she looks pretty...
Looks reasonably healthy aside from getting knocked out?
Reasonably healthy aside from getting knocked out, yes.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like anyone has been, like, treating her especially badly or anything.
Yeah, okay. And she couldn't speak common at all, could she?
No. At least you didn't get the feeling that she could.
Yeah.
You could get the priestess to translate.
I feel like that's not going to be constructive.
I'm just
one
gonna.
of those DM traps, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna walk up to the cage and just basically put a ration inside and some wine, and just walk away.
Alright, as you approach the cage, she sort of, like, scrambled to the back. But when you give her the rations, she, like, carefully takes them, She seems to appreciate it. And she's actually eating them.
I would ask if you're alright, but I certainly can see that you're not. Were you a willing servant to whoever we killed in that lair?
She looks at you and she looks a bit confused and just shrugs and shakes her head.
You don't speak my language, do you?
She says something in Sahuagin. You can't quite, you don't know what.
Well, worth a shot. And I'm just gonna put down another ration and just start walking out.
Alright. What is the rest doing in the meantime? Stolgek and Boris. Aside from, fighting over who gets the amulet.
Didn't somebody already win?
Already decided.
And I'm gonna steal that amulet back when someone's sleeping. I mean, what?
We're all gonna be trying to steal it. It's gonna be like the ring of power.
Precious.
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 I still have lock in the chain. I could chain it to myself.
Jesus.
I will.
I would not tempt the barbarian.
I'm just gonna have a rest. I think they don't have pies here, do they?
They have started baking pies after you told them about pies.
Okay,
And-
I'm buying 5 more pies.
You don't need to buy anything. Like, food and drink